Okay. You ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. All right, YouTube. 3, 2, 1. Hey! What's up?
Oh, we didn't get it. We didn't get the clap this time. It was just like nothing.
Oh, you didn't hear it? You didn't hear it this
All right,
time?
Let's try it.
One more
Let's try it
time.
again. Okay.
Yeah,
All right,
try,
all
yeah,
of us,
try it
all
again.
three
Try
of
it again.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Hey, YouTube.
We got there.
Welcome to another episode of the Morning After Music Show, where we do album reviews for you, the viewers.
Yes.
That how it works.
Yeah. This week, since it is the first MAMS episode of the month of November, we are doing a top gifter from Twitch, or a sub week, whatever we decide to call this. I think it's sub week, right?
Yeah, sub week.
Sub week request review from Jen. She chose the Menzingers, Hello Exile, for today's episode.
Yeah.
Classic, fucking Americana, kind of pop punk. Maybe old now. They're like older. They're dads now. Okay. Really good album, super fun. So we're gonna talk about it. But before we get into that, let's make sure that if you're watching this and you're not subscribed to us, fucking hit that button. All right. Make sure to leave a thumbs up, a thumbs down, comment, do all the things for the algorithm. But the real fun is over on Twitch. Okay. We want you there so we can
Where we're
see
at.
what you want.
Right now.
Yeah, we're like over here on the side is like Twitch. Like,
But not
I'm
when you're
talking to
watching it, YouTube. It was in the past. Right
Yeah.
now it's happening. The time's irrelevant. Also a
Right.
circle. Yeah, you
true.
could join us. You could watch us early and watch Brett set his apartment on fire because audio isn't working right. That was hilarious.
Yeah, that was real
That was
fun.
a good time. We
It's
could have
still
hung out
completely
and done
fucked
that.
up. We're just going with it.
We're just trying for it. Yeah. So we're always
not fixed.
this show's always on a Sunday live on Twitch. So if you want to hang out for all the good, music news, you can do that. Hang out for the after show where we watch music videos and talk to you guys. It's super fun. And then we also have 2 other shows during the week, Gaming with T, where we talk about all the video game stuff. And then I don't really think we have it's Skyrim. That's what it is.
Oh,
That's,
great.
That's
Oh
this
yeah,
week.
that's what we're doing.
Another
forgot
thing
to-
I have nothing to talk
Skyrim.
about for. Great. It's awesome.
But the lore is deep. You could do a bit. Okay. And then
Dragonborn,
obviously we do CPC, the Couch Potato Cast, Cody and I. Sometimes Brett he'll be soon. He'll come hang out with us for that show. But usually it's just me
Maybe.
and Cody. And we talk about we're gonna talk about Eternals this week, so that might be fun.
Yeah, Eternals and hopefully maybe even a Spider-Man trailer. We'll see. Probably
Oh,
not. Probably
yeah.
next week.
That'd
Probably
be
next
great though. Hey, that's what we do. Come hang out, be live with us, and then
Yeah.
go watch the same exact thing on YouTube right
Yeah,
afterwards.
right click on the playhead, hit that loop, and just let it play on your parents' computer all day long. And they're like, "What's
Forever.
happening? I can't figure it out." Every time I go to watch my Fox News bits, these 3 assholes are on there talking about the Menzingers. What's a Menzinger? I don't even know. Why do they feel just so indifferent about it? It's weird. Anyway,
Stop using all my internet.
I need to make a
but
phone
yeah.
call.
So let's get into it. Like we said earlier, Menzingers, Hello Exile. This album came out in 2019. I went to the tour for this album, and it was a lot of fun.
You did?
Yeah, it was really fun. I will say that this album is mucho different than the previous ones.
Yes, it is.
You could
Yes,
tell
it is.
like they had kids or something.
Yep.
like they went old. Okay, it's like if you were to told me this is a new song by Bruce Springsteen, I'd believe you. Like it's very similar to that Americana feel. I would
It's
even
like a
say
Gaslight anthem
like
kind of shit.
Gaslight Anthem.
Yeah, very Gaslight Anthem here, and it makes sense. It's Northeast fucking punk or whatever the fuck they call themselves, right? Rock and roll, right? Very Gaslight Anthem. But yeah, if you know the Menzingers from in the past, a little more punky, now a little more chill, but it's still good, still a good vibe.
Yep.
So let's get into it.
All right.
Get into the review.
So this is the Menzingers' 6th studio album, released October 4th in 2019. And it has 12 tracks, and it clocks in at 45 minutes and 55 seconds. The producer on this album was one Will Yip, who has worked with a lot of things. Those things being bands, and those bands being Anthony Green, but that's a person. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Balancing Composure,
Okay.
Bouncing Souls, Braid, Cirque or Survive, Citizen,
Oh.
Code Orange, CKY, Isley. Gonna leave that one for later. I Am the Avalanche, Law Dispute, Me Without You, Movements, Polar Bear Club, Seosin, Tiger's Jaw, Tidal Fight, Wonder Years, and we have talked about him before because on an early episode we covered Free Throws Piecing It Together album, and he also did that, which ironically enough, yeah, I was gonna say this sounds a lot. I think I even told Brett, I was like, this reminds me of Free Throw.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hear it. And it does make sense. This is very. A lot of those bands, I was like, oh shit, they hang out with each other.
Oh,
Right?
yeah,
Like,
they do.
So this is like the saddest dude in the world, though.
Honestly,
I know, it's emo everywhere.
Like, God damn, yeah.
I'm actually shocked that Gaslight or Brian isn't on this list. They
Right.
should meet. They should work together.
Oh, I know.
I think, right?
Like, you guys could be friends.
You guys are made for each other.
Seriously.
The singles off this album were Anna, America, You're Freaking Me Out, and Strangers Forever. America, You're Freaking Me Out. Spoiler alert, my favorite song off this one. So
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It's a good one. Really about the whole Trump issue in 2019. It's like
Yeah, no
perfect
way.
timing. Yeah.
this whole album was written after the party tour. Normally, they've written all their albums while on tour, but they wanted to take a step back. Greg, the lead singer, wanted to write songs about, quote, contemplating how to age gracefully rather than mistakes of adolescence. So there you go. There's your tonal shift that you both mentioned.
Yeah.
They did become dads, and they're like, how do we stop being shithead dads? Just being like normal. I want to write acoustic songs, dads.
Right.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though.
Yeah?
They could have easily gone the 4 Year Strong route.
You know, fair
Easily.
point.
I mean,
Not as
I don't
heavy.
think
Not as
they've ever-
heavy.
Yeah, they never really made heavy stuff, but yeah, like they
That
could have had
same
a little
vibe,
more
yeah.
grit. Yeah, a little more grit. Yeah. Because if you listen to the After Party, like that album is solid, right? Like
Yeah,
every
that's a good
song on
album.
that I like. And then this one is like, yeah, and then this album is like, I don't know, the album that came after American Idiot. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like it's all right.
Yeah.
It's not as good as the other ones.
It's there. I've listened to it. I didn't shut it off while I was listening, but
Yeah.
I don't remember it.
Yeah.
They took a lot of inspiration from Bruce Springsteen and Tom Petty. No way.
No
Did
shit.
not
way.
have told you. Yeah.
I know.
And they had themes about U.S. politics, climate change, loss, long distance relationships, and growing old.
Oh.
So, yeah,
Cool.
so that stuff. Yeah. It was received generally positive reviews from critics, which we'll get into later. And I was actually shocked by a lot of those, but okay. And it peaked at 89 on the Billboard Top 200. 4 on the Billboard Independent charts, and 15 on the Billboard Rock charts.
Nice.
There
Nice.
you go.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah.
There's the background.
Yeah.
Now, I asked Jen in chat if she would like to let us know how she felt about the album since she picked it. Jen!
Jen!
Dad!
Jen!
Re-chat!
Read chat. She's in
For
the
those
other room.
of you who don't know, Jen is Josh's partner.
Yes.
That's why we're on the first name basis.
Right.
There we go.
Just play
I'm playing
Witcher.
Witcher. Put down your foosdu raw. See, there's a Skyrim joke. I know stuff. I took an arrow to the knee.
Is that your honey roll? So Jen, tell us a little bit how you feel about this album. Why did you choose this album in chat?
Yeah. And while you do that, Josh, why don't you tell us how you feel about the
Okay.
album?
Yeah, so like I said in the beginning of this, I like Menzingers. They're great, right? And in 2019 I went to this concert before like the world ended. It might have been my last concert before the world ended for me, at least. Either that or August Burns Red. I can't remember. There was like the same like month.
Oh yeah. That's right.
And yeah, and I really enjoyed it. I did like it. There's some bangers on there, but there's some songs that I don't really give a shit about. And that's unfortunate because I really like the Menzingers. We talk about them a little bit here and there on this show. I think the last album is hella better. I'm not talking shit about this one specifically, right? Like, I'm not saying like, oh, it's bad, don't listen to it. No, there's good songs. I think America, You're Freaking Me Out's really fun, really it's politically driven. It reminds me of why I like the Menzingers. Their wordplay and their songwriting strong. I think the High School Friends really is kind of sad, right? It's really talking about like you don't really connect with people from your high school anymore when you go back to your hometown a lot of the times, and we've all experienced that, you know. So that's really fun to listen to, and it really is like an introspective album for them. Like they really looked at like, man, we're getting older, we can't really be talking about like fucking being bad Catholics anymore, or traveling around for fun, or you know, smoking weed all the time, and like because they got kids and they got things to do and they got careers. So like we get it, you're a little older, but I would say the tonal shift really does kind of jar you when you think about, hey, this is the Menzingers. Their songwriting is still there, top tier wordplay, top tier storytelling, but it is really pulled back. It's not as abrasive. There's not a shit ton of gain. The drums are really just kind of in the pocket. I do like, you know, the vocal melody. Yeah, very in the pocket.
Very in the pocket.
Yeah, very in the pocket. I think the overall melodies that they got going on, like Anna's a really fun one to sing along to. What's the one about like strange friends? Wait a second, let me look at the.
With the High School Friends?
No, not. Maybe I'm thinking.
Oh, Strangers Forever.
Strangers Forever. Yeah, that one's really cool because it starts off and the guitars are jumping back and forth ear to ear and the stereo effect. That's pretty cool. There's just a lot of cool tracks on this, but there's also tracks on there that I literally can't remember. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. You know, those songs probably are good listened in retrospect. As a whole, it's hard for me to grasp on some of them, but the ones that do stand out to me. Yeah, Strangers Forever, Anna's super good. Let me look at their list here of tracks.
I got it up on the thing.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, I do like High School Friend as well. That's actually about where Jen grew up, like that exact town, because this band's from Scranton.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And then I like London Drugs and Strawberry Mansion as well, further down. But you have to like listen to a couple things that don't. Like Hello Exile's slow, Portland's all right. Strain Your Memory, I literally can't remember how that sounds at all, and that's unfortunate. And that same thing with I Can't Stop Drinking. And remember, I went to see these guys, and I did listen to this album a lot before I went to go see them. I can't remember those, and that sucks. But I can name off ones about the other albums because I like those. But yeah, kind of it's an average album for me. The way I kind of broke down my score here, not going to get to the final score, but how I kind of broke it down, lyrics and songwriting, they do a really good job at that, even though it's not technical or in your face like it used to be. It kind of is a solid writing from them. Musicianship, average, because it's just they're playing chords, right? Some leads, drums suck.
Yes.
Right? Bass
Yes.
player doesn't exist. Those kind of things.
Yep.
Not saying sitting in the pocket's not bad. You can sit in the pocket, okay? But like do something.
Every once in a while. Do something every once in a while.
Right. Production.
Please.
I thought this was kind of average too, because I think it could have been better. Maybe we could have heard some parts over other parts. It just kind of felt kind of blurry on production. Originality, you can't. This music is not original. This is just rock and roll from Northeast. Okay, it is what it is. Hello everyone. Consistency. They're a consistent band. They make decent music, right? So that's also average. And memorability, because I remember those songs that I named. I remember the words. I love hearing them when it comes in a shuffle. I put a little above average there, but overall, very average scores for me.
Yeah. Do you want to read off what Jen said?
Yeah, I'll do that. All right, so Jen, this was her choice. YouTube. This is what she said. The album is good jams, and the shitheadedness.
The anti-shitheadedness.
Sorry, you got blocked. anti-shitheadedness comes through. And I think as a resident old person, I like the lyrics, and there's a few songs related to my hometown. So some good emotes. I know the lyrics to this one, like the songs on here more than the last album, but they're all good. Right. So I think maybe she just was here. She listened to this album more so than the one previous. So she memorized them a little more. So maybe that memorability is a little stronger for this album particularly. But I think when we were trying to play music, when we decided to change genres, we were listening to the other album a little more. So maybe that's where we're connecting with that more so.
Okay.
Yeah, and it is a line that she loves is raising hell in Wayne County. That's the exact county where she's from. Like running away from the coppers and shit. Like she wasn't running away from coppers in Scranton.
No, that's right.
But,
Raise hell and praise Dale.
yeah. But they talk about like the 91, the interstate up there, and like she drives it all the time when she's up visiting her parents.
And
So
they didn't make it sound stupid like driving a buck 25 on 75, 75, 75.
75. You're right. It's a little more eloquent because they know how to write fucking music, you know. So that's that. So yeah, super cool. Oh my God, everybody's here now. Hello.
Hello.
People jumping in. Hello. But yeah, that's me and that's Jen. What about you guys?
Like the dumbass thing I put in chat.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I'll go next.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, this is Gaslight Anthem. There we go.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
my review.
Yeah.
Really,
No,
it is.
like I said, it reminded me a lot of when we did Free Throw. I was kind
Same
of
vibe.
expecting a little bit more, and I was a little left empty-handed. But knowing that
This song
they
is nuts.
took all the Bruce Springsteen and Tom Petty inspiration, I should like it more. As someone who does focus to the writing and everything, and when I do pay attention to the lyrics, I do like them.
Yeah.
I feel like right now, I feel like if I would have liked this at a different point in my life, like listened to it, it would have gelled a lot more to me. But right now where I'm at, it's just kind of like, in one ear out the other. I've heard it. You know, like, I don't know. It just wasn't vibing with me. And maybe I'll come back to it, listen to it down the road, and it will hit that. But like listening to it, like I'm listening and I'm like, I should like this. I like other things like this. I've listened to Dave Matthews and Jason Mraz. Like, come on,
Right.
you know?
Yep.
But I don't know. It was just kind of
Counting
there.
Crows.
Counting
you
Crows.
know?
Yeah, love Counting Crows. Adam Duritz, he's the man. And like, there's right up that alley. But it's missing that grit. It's missing a little bit of that edge, that grit, that, again, going like you said, going back to the other albums before this, Rented World and After the Party, was there. You could have had that, kind of like what Brett said, like 4 Years Strong with Brain Pain. That's a dad album, but the originality and the grit is still there while doing kind of different thing, you know?
Yeah.
Brain Pain compared to the first album with a really long name, I don't remember.
Oh, End of the World or the
one before that with the shark
purplish
torpedoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember what that one's called.
But there are two vastly different albums,
Yeah.
sonically and lyrically, but they still both work. So I'm not saying that it's bad. It's just, you know, it's just there, and I like it. You know,
But it's lackluster. It's not sensational.
it's just not grabbing me, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
Because
I think if they
we'll get into the reviews later, and thank God I got, again, the more the better to even it out, because if I only had the ones that were on Wikipedia, this motherfucker would be getting an 8 or a 9.
I think if they put if they put out like a 5-song EP with the top tracks, great EP.
Mhm.
But I think the rest of the songs just kind of meander in.
Actually, funnily enough, what I was thinking was that these songs sound more acoustic based, like, you know, dad rock, songwriter stuff, right?
Right.
And I kept getting the acoustic album they did put out last year during shutdown of this entire album.
The
and-
rework, yeah.
And guess what? The reviews that popped up for that were slightly higher. So I think this should have just been like kind of a acoustic project to go with, because having it electric didn't really add anything. But I want to kind of go through these songs on the acoustic version It'll probably sound amazing that way.
They do. Jen and I have listened to it. Like, it. I think the way the writing works with these does warrant an acoustic backing.
Yeah,
think
these are
it's
songs
more
that
intimate.
written on that guitar right there. Just
Yeah.
they're not
'Cause, like,
doing
when you-
riffs. They're not doing fucking punk drums or anything. They're just sitting there and they're playing it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think when we saw them live, the way they did it, they staggered all the songs, right? So they did play, 2 of this album, and then they would play 1 or 2 of the older stuff. So it was able to blend a little better. Like we were, and then we were like chilling out, and then up, and then chilling out, and that worked. I think the way that the songs are staggered on this album, it meanders, and it is a little tough. Not bad songs in the slightest, just not really what I've been expecting when you were, jumping back into Menzingers.
Yeah, like for instance, when you first showed me After the Party, or maybe I Don't Want to Be an Asshole, like those songs stuck with me because I was like, oh, this sounds different. This sounds unique. And then I hear this. These are good soundtrack album or songs, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm driving, and it's good driving music if you don't want to like really listen and you just want to be in your head for a little bit, right?
Yeah.
As opposed to when I'm driving and I want to hear stuff and just like jam out. This is just I'm just driving. It's just there. I'm just having a good time. Smiles. But like in my head while I'm driving, I'm picturing it happening in a movie. Like if you put any of these songs in the middle of an indie flick, hello Spotify, that got louder.
Yeah, this is a drone shot of the car driving, down the road, kind of music, 100%.
And then it cuts to inside the car and it's on the radio. It's and then you have the conversation. What do you mean, Chuck? Why can't we go to the finals?
All right. I'm gonna go ahead.
Brett, what about you?
Yeah,
go ahead.
You get this going. You guys have said everything. I was bored. It was a boring album to me. Especially listening to the older stuff to this, I was like, it was kind of a letdown. The drums drove me insane. The 4 on the floor halftime shit. The entire he probably recorded a measure of that shit, and then just looped it the entire fucking album.
Yeah.
Like it is.
Yeah, it is a little
boring.
bit of a shame drum wise. Yeah.
The guitar work and stuff, I honestly feel the same. It was pretty lackluster. The songwriting, I like the songwriting. I like the songs.
Yeah, I think melodies are fun.
Yeah, the melodies are fun. The lyric wise, like I was connecting to a lot of it. It feels. I don't know why. I know they're older than us, but like it still feels like it pertains to us a little bit. We're getting to that time of our lives. Production, I didn't like. I did not like the production of it. It just sounded weird.
There was a flatness to it. It was flat.
Yep. Like in the car speakers, it was just like missing. It was missing.
Yeah.
It was missing a piece of it.
It was like almost like
all mid
produced.
Yeah.
It was
no low end.
Yep.
Yeah, we're not gonna mess with anything. You're just gonna balance every single thing and then give it to you.
Everything's the same. Everything's
Yeah.
nice and flat, and take it or leave it. But yeah, it's consistent. It's extremely consistent.
Yeah.
But I can't remember most of it.
Yeah.
They all kind of they blend. It blends too much for me. Like if you were listening to a song, it'd probably be fine. When you're listening it top to bottom, it's like, man, this blends.
Oh yeah. So like for our shuffle on Spotify, it is just the top 5 tracks, if that. And it is we never listen to them in a row. They'll just pop up here and there, and it's fun to listen to them because it's like, oh yeah, I like that, right? Jen's a lyric person as well. She really likes listening to lyrics, and that works well on this album. But as a whole, musically, it could have had more.
Yeah. Like I didn't shit on my scores. I didn't shit on it. I gave it a nice score. But it wasn't like overall it. On the list, on the wall of retro, I think it'll fit in that.
Smack dab in the middle.
Yep. That's what I'm thinking.
Listen, it's one of those instances where they showed up, they did the work, and then they went home. That was it. That's all you need.
That was it. Yep.
All right.
Yeah, like at least it's not uninspired. You could tell they were inspired to write this. It just wasn't.
Yeah. They didn't phone it in. It's not like,
involved.
like Baptize, by Atreyu. That was a phoned in album.
Yep.
They tried, and I think they succeeded in what they wanted to do, but I think just personally for us three, it didn't hit that mark completely.
Yeah, didn't hit it.
And you know what? Again, yeah, maybe we'll come back in the future, and it will hit us at one point or another. You know?
Yeah, when we're old dads.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Okay. Before we get into our reviews, let's surf around the net. I got 15 reviews for this one,
Jesus Christ.
and
Shit.
be happy I got 15 because otherwise, this would be a very skewed review list.
Okay.
So
Depends on
DIY.
what 15 you pick.
Oh, I picked the ones with the numbers on them, Brett.
Oh, okay.
Oh, true.
Because half the
Hell.
time I pull up a review and I look for the number and it just says phenomenal or just doesn't say anything. I'm like,
Yeah.
why do a review, dumbass? Anyway, DIY gave it an 8. Exclaim
Okay.
gave it an 8. Kerrang gave it an 8.
Really?
Yep.
I'm usually with them.
Paste, I know. Paste gave it an 8.4. Pitchfork.
It's a little high.
Yeah. Oh, you think that's high? Pitchfork
Oh, no.
gave it a 5.8. Okay, a little harsh, but okay.
5.8?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a
A
little
little-
low. Yeah.
little much on that
Yeah.
one.
Wasn't that bad.
I hope you didn't miss the 8s too much because we're back at it at another 8 with Pop Matters. Sputnik also gave it an 8. Classic Rock Magazine gave it a 7. Punk News also gave it a 7. No Ripcord 5.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Yikes.
yeah, yikes.
That's pretty.
The fuck is
I
happening?
don't know.
We're getting
Oh,
serious. Fuck.
I get the hip hop chorus came because Louder Than War gave it a 9.
They're on crack.
9.
A 9.
Maybe for the after party.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
no,
like-
this one.
9. I don't know about that one.
Rate Your
Oh, wow.
Music's user average was at a 6.54. Distorted Sound, back to 7. Punk Rock Theory, 6.5. And Album of the Year's average was a 7.2. Now,
That's a good one.
kind of all over the place, but a lot of 8s, right?
I would assume the 8s because they don't give like 7.8s or 7.7.
Yeah, they round it.
You know what I'm saying? They round it, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think it's anything lower than a 7, but it isn't anything over an 8. And they probably
Yeah.
are like, well, fuck, it's an 8.
Yeah, that Louder Than War
given
giving it a 9 is they're out of their mind.
Yes,
They're
yes.
lost their minds. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's going
They
to call
must be
for it. That
friends
one's
with
like a
them or
paid for. Yeah.
I know.
That one-
Like,
that-
y'all
that-
friends?
That reviewer should listen to Gaslighting Anthem if they like it,
Yeah.
right?
I know.
Um,
But that's the thing. That Gaslight Anthem came out, 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
It's like that's when that belonged there.
Yeah.
We need to innovate now, going forward. Fucking 21.
So where do y'all guess in the averages?
The around the net average.
Mhm.
Around that. There's a lot of 8s. Maybe the 5s helped it pull it down a bit. I would
7.82.
say, yeah, that's where I'm going. 7.8 as well, because that's
Ooh.
actually my score. Really close to my score.
Well, you both be way too high. It's a 7.3.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hey,
those 5s
any-
and those 6s hurt.
Anything in the 7s makes sense to me, at least. I don't think it goes below a 7. It could be a really low 7, and I'm fine with that as well. But yeah, what my score, Cody?
Let me pull up the old calculator.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
All right. Yeah, Josh, hit me with it.
Yeah, so I think because the lyrics for me were the tier, like they really did well in the songwriting category, all the average scores kind of got like bumped up just a little bit because of how high that was for me. So I'm saying in total,
Yeah.
7.88.
Wow.
7.88.
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn.
Hey, look, I'll give it to you. You live with the person who chose it, so you're exposed to a lot more than we are, and you also saw it up live, so that's going to bump it
Yeah.
up naturally.
Mhm.
Brett, what about you?
I was not that nice apparently. My overall I don't remember
That's average to me.
what
7.8.
everything came out. Let me pull up the thing. Yeah, my highest was the songwriting and lyrics.
Yeah.
Okay.
same.
That was definitely my highest one. The lowest one I think was the memorability, because I just don't remember it.
Mhm.
And I also I nicked the musicianship and the production preload just because I was annoyed with the drums being the part itself, and I was also
That's fair.
really annoyed with how weird it sounded when driving around from the production.
Sure.
So my overall came out to a 6.91.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Totally
right.
fine.
I was expecting it to
Did
be
he-
in sevens. I was a little surprised that it was a 6, but
Well,
Okay.
in my mind, if we didn't do the point percentages, it would all be the same thing.
Yeah.
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 So
I
we get
got-
nitty gritty on this show. Okay.
we're trying to get to the bottom of this. The most accurate review of
Yeah, yeah.
opinions that you can get.
The scientific reasoning of opinions.
Mhm.
I'm kind of like in between the both of y'all. I gave
Okay.
songwriting and lyrics 7.2 because again, I should like this. Maybe if it hit with me more and connected with me, I would like it more. I do really like America Freaking Me Out. I think that's the best song on the album. Musicianship, I gave it a 7.4. I hadn't noticed how in the pocket the drums were until you started talking about it. And I know that's going to bug you a lot more than it's going to bug me.
Yeah.
I'm fine with the drums just kind of being just barely
Sitting there.
there.
It's just how
I
much
I
they're
get
barely
it.
there.
It's,
I
it's
know.
it's metronome guy.
Yeah, you're gonna notice that a lot more than me every single day of the week. So,
Yeah.
production was just a 7, nothing special. Originality, again, nothing special. I gave it a 6.8.
Yeah.
If you heard Gaslight Anthem, you've heard
I've
this.
heard this.
If you heard Bruce Springsteen, you've heard this. You know, so, okay,
Yep.
cool. It exists. I'm fine with it. Consistency is 7 and memorability is 6.9. Nice. Just because I wanted to do
Okay.
6.9.
Nice.
So my average was a 7.05.
Okay.
Oh wow, you're
cool.
pretty close to me.
Super close.
Right above you. Yeah.
And when Jen picked this, right? She figured that you would be more connected to how the songwriting was
Yep.
because it is lyric based and you love that shit. But now that you're kind of explaining it, maybe there is a little bit of it that is maybe a little too close to them and not more universal.
Yeah.
Like the last
Yeah.
one was.
Like the whole
Yeah.
time I was listening to it, I was like, I could just be listening to Gaslight.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, like it
I
sounded
agree.
just like the
I
Free
agree.
Throw album, where I was also just kind of like, oh yeah, this is fine, but I could also just listen to something else.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so
Okay.
Brett, bring up
Alright.
the old wall of mosh or wall of retro. Sorry,
Hey, look at
Hey, look.
that.
it looks cool now. Look, we got a set list. Neato. All right, where you guys reckon it's going?
Uh-oh. Okay, that's fine.
It's the new 8.
You think it's going
No, I think
above
it's,
Bill Murray?
I think it's going below Ludo. I think it's going to be 9 or 10. Sorry.
I think it's below Bill Murray, and Duran Gray gets kicked off. Well, it turns to 11.
All right, so Josh is
That's
saying
my mind.
Josh is saying it's going to be 9. Brett, you're saying it's going to be a 10.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
Brett,
with me and Cody.
Brett, you win this round.
Yeah.
Now, let me hear it. What you guys reckon it's going to be?
It's a Josh. You gave it
I was thinking
7.8.
I was thinking 7.56. But now, because you've said this, I'm thinking it's a 7.32.
Okay, 7.32.
Oh,
Brett.
damn you. Damn you. I was thinking around 7.3.
7.3 makes sense. Pretty much with
I'm
the
gonna go.
internet.
I'm gonna go 7.26 just to be an ass.
All right.
Price is
One.
right.
guys
rules.
you guys are both very close.
Oh, bitch.
So close.
Oh,
Damn.
wow. Okay. Brett's a little
Ludo.
closer.
Ludo's beating out some things.
I was
What up?
surprised about Ludo beating that.
Yeah. Ludo's, that was a tough album to listen to as well.
It was.
But I think it was more fun.
Yeah.
There was more fun to it.
Yeah, it was more
And I think maybe
all
that
over
was
the place. It was wild.
Hey, that's still a decent score. You're still
Yeah.
at the average. You're still hitting a C, right? 7. I think with the retro albums, it's going to be very hard because if we'd have forgotten completely about a retro album if it's anything below fucking 6. Right?
Well, yeah.
And we would have never even have given a 6.8 to Duran Gray because who the fuck listens to that?
apparently at least 368 people the last time I
But
checked.
see,
In
and that's
Japan.
the thing. Like it would have just been a bunch of 7s. But I think all the retro stuff will always be average or hella above average for us.
I mean, until
because
we
love
add
retro.
in the current list to the retro list at the end of the year,
Right.
then we'll at least have Data Remember sitting at the bottom forever and ever.
I hope
Yeah,
so.
you're right.
I hope that
Yeah.
just stands up as the worst album of all time for us.
Better than Wage War. Better than Devil Wears Prada. Better than Manchester Orchestra.
Yeah, Once we fold in the current list with this list, it's
Yeah.
gonna be very interesting to see where these current retro albums stand.
Mhm.
I'm very curious.
Yeah. But all right, that was this. Brett, what's next week?
Well,
What you got?
so here's the thing.
You
I
trying
got a
to
few
binge the
albums.
whole album in 2 days. Is that what you're trying to get us to do?
I got a few. There's a few that have really stood out for me for this week because Josh, we talked about it. And I think Cody, we talked
Yep.
about it as well during the F1 race.
A little bit.
To try to get away from so much metal, just to kind of calm it down a little bit. So there's 3 albums that have popped up. One of them is probably one of the most obscure indie things I've ever listened to.
Now, are you going for a new one or an old one?
These are all new, or I'm sorry, old.
Okay.
The retros.
Yeah.
Another one's probably one of the most inspirational indie albums we've ever listened to, and the other one's a super poppy indie album.
Okay.
So I'll let y'all pick 1 through 3.
Josh, pull up a randomizer.
Randomizer? Okay, heard.
All right, let's do it.
I got one up if you want me to just hit it.
Yeah, do it for it.
Give me number 3.
Number 3 is the poppy one.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Yeah, let's go.
It's gonna be
Ready?
Two Door Cinema Club.
Ooh.
The tourist one. I can't remember the second one, but yes, it's Two Door Cinema Club.
Yes.
Nice. What were the other 2?
Yes.
The other one,
Mute Mouth.
it was gonna be
Mute
Mute Mouth. It was gonna be self-titled, the first one.
Okay.
Again, yeah, that's why I was like classic album. The other one, Josh, is probably I feel like I'm the only one that has ever heard of this band ever. It's Consider the Thief.
Yeah, Consider the Thief.
That no one knows who they are. They're active listeners, or for monthly listeners on Spotify is at 400.
Oh my god.
Listen. I think it would
You'd be doing
really
them a
fun.
favor.
It'd
Seriously.
be interesting if we could find it because they're not on the internet anymore. But maybe a shitty YouTube stream of it. The Rise of Science.
Oh yeah, we'll have to do that one.
That would be a good one too. But yeah, I like this. Trying to shift it, get out of the punk, get out of the metal. Let's look at something else.
Yeah,
See what we got
what's
here.
it called?
Yeah, look,
Yeah,
Cody's got
tourist
something
history,
of the good old school shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's a
right,
great
well,
album.
yeah.
It's a
Fucking
great
great
album.
Yep. Oh man, I want to play some of that music now. Man, that's top to bottom. That's a fun fucking album.
Which one?
So good choice, Brett.
This the
Two Door.
Two Door. Yeah. Yeah.
What
It's
has happened to them? Did they die off?
no, they
What
they got a drummer and then they went more of the 1975 kind of vibe.
Oh, they have new music out?
Yeah.
Oh fuck! I didn't know that.
Let me pull them up. Everybody can join along
see.
on this one.
Let's look. I did not know they, because I do like 1975. That might be one of my choices soon.
This is
2020.
2020. Also,
Yeah, I love
yeah, this is
1975.
2019. I didn't listen
Holy
to this
shit!
one
They've
much.
been putting out music forever.
Yeah.
I thought it was that one album. That was it.
Oh no, this one was okay.
Game show.
The Beacon
Interesting.
was good. This one
Oh,
was
I
good.
do remember Beacon. I do remember that now.
That was the next one.
Yeah. Okay.
And then yeah, Tourist History.
Tourist history.
Tourist history. Hell yeah.
That's
Hell,
the one
hell
we'll be
yeah.
doing.
I'm ready for that.
Sweet. All right. Well,
Very good.
Chat, YouTube, you heard it here first. Menzingers, just okay for this outing. Not bad. Not anything to write home about. But you know what? You should write home and tell your mom, hey, I don't know why I'm on Parents this week, but you should watch this cool show of these 3 fucking 30-year-olds talking about music and doing some stuff. And look how enthused I am. I'm like the Menzingers on Hello Exile. Just, hey, I'm here. Hey, how's it going? I'm here,
I got
smile.
paid to do this.
Yeah, we're doing. I'm doing this because I'm paid.
Guys, if you made it this far, if you like what you see, make sure to watch all the other videos. Give us the algorithm. Give us the metrics. I don't give a shit.
Dab.
Dib dab, thumbs up, thumbs down, comment, and join us live at twitch.tv/geekrepublic.
Yeah. We're gonna go
because
watch music videos now without you,
Yeah.
scrubs.
Yeah, you bitch.
Bye.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.